getting or becoming spiritual about the problem that need physical action is never going to work. What we currently need in Nigeria is physical action, not spiritual. You can go to the church, you can sleep in the church all you want. Your situation is not going to change. Hello, Nigerians. Welcome again to another episode of Now or Never. So if you have watched one or two of my videos in the past, I've always talked about you getting your PVC because I always believed that the only way out of the trouble that we are in today is through your PVC or through a monster revolution. But I'll take the latter out because the truth is that we Nigerians, for some reason, are not ready to come out and demonstrate and take what belongs to the Nigerian people, give it back to ourselves. I can understand when most of you will turn around and say, some people protested last time, they were being charged for treason and nothing happened, they might go to jail and things like that. And the only thing I say to people like that is that they are not conscientized enough, they are not educated enough to understand the importance of numbers. The day you understand the importance of numbers, you will understand that protest and revolution is something that we all need to engage in. You only engage in protest and revolution if the current thing that is happening is not going right. If you are traveling from A to B and you realize that the car or the vehicle that's moving you from A to B is actually going from A to W, you've got to at some point realize that you are going the wrong way and turn around and head for that A. And that is all we are asking people to do in Nigeria because nobody is going to do it for you. The people that are in leadership today, the people that are in government today, they have vowed and they have made it something that they have to do. Because the day Nigeria begins to set, the day that things are beginning to be done in the right way, all these people we call leaders, they will be founded out. But unfortunately for we Nigerians, we have simply forgotten what life is supposed to be. At times when you have been in trouble or you have been suffering for too long, sometimes you don't seem to realize that there can always be a better life. But the day you venture into light, you will realize at the end of a tunnel, like they said, there's a light. And that light is what we need to continue to fight in that tunnel that we are in as Nigerians today in order to come out into light. And sometimes when I speak to people and I hear what they say, I don't really feel bad about those people. I just believe that they've not been educated enough. As I speak to you today, from the time I start this video to now, in less than 5 minutes, believe you me, over 2,000 children have been born in Nigeria. At the end of today, in less than 24 hours, 20,000 children will be born all through Nigeria. And what baffles me and what bothers me is the future of these children that are born today, that will be born tomorrow, that will be born next week, that will be born next month. As I'm speaking to you today, thousands of people by this weekend coming will get married. 10 months after that marriage, they produce nothing other than children. And what I ask myself is all these thousands and thousands of children that we keep having every day, what is their future? If currently we as Nigerians today are finding it difficult to have a future, how much more of our children? Then our children will have their own children. And I ask people, how many of us can escape Nigeria? We are talking close to 250 million people. For the past 50 years that people have been relocating abroad, they are not up to 30 million. So tell me, where are 250 million going to go to in the next 10 years? And that is why I always say to people, whatever you do, there's a fight in front of us. Yes, the government will come with violence, but there are always ways that we can do these things. Sometimes you hear some people will suggest that people can sit at home, or we can decide one day or 1 week or 2 weeks not to buy petrol from anywhere. We should just shut down everywhere by not going out. It's true. You will not be killed. Soldiers cannot come to your house, or police that these people are putting in our midst to create that violence. They cannot come to your house. Yes, it's true. But we also have to understand the kind of people we have in Nigeria. If you tell people, stay home for a week, nobody will listen. If you tell people, let us boycott buying petrol from the NNPC or from other importers of petrol, nobody will listen. They will still go out. That is what Nigeria is. So we need to conscientize the mind of Nigerians to let them understand that whether they like it or not, we all cannot escape abroad. And the question I ask people is, how many of us can actually japa within this time? And I was telling somebody, because the foreign countries, the Western world knew what is happening in Nigeria today. So what they are doing is making sure that they take advantage of that. For you to travel today, you need between 15 and 25 million naira. That's close to between 10 and 15,000 pounds to go to the UK. And the question is, how many of us, Nigeria, with the situation that we are in today, can afford this kind of money in order to take you and your family abroad? And what is actually happening is that the Nigerian government and leaders are making sure that if in the last 5 years, as a worker, as a businessman, you have been saving 100,000 a month, with all the hike in petrol and hike in inflation in almost everything, hardly will you be able to save 30,000 naira a month. So you tell me, how can you put together such amount of money in order to travel abroad? And this is the reason why I keep on calling on people. Yes, those that can go abroad can still be traveling, no problem. But the rest, we have to get to a time where we both agree and understand that we all cannot run abroad. And that is when we need to sit back, look into ourselves, look into the mirror, and let us decide in order to do the right thing by forming a true organization that is going to bring that monster revolution. Sometimes when you talk to people about revolution, the first thing that comes to anybody or everybody's mind is that it has to be violence. Revolution doesn't have to be violence. We can have a peaceful revolution, and I'll tell you how we can do it. The whole security architecture of Nigeria, put all of them together, they are not up to 2 million. So to the day we Nigerians that are going through this pain of reform, as they call it, the day we all come out and we can put together 5 million Nigerians. You see all what happened in the last protest, where you have security forces everywhere. That is because the numbers of those that are protesting are not even up to 5,000 put together. But the day we can raise up to 4-5 million Nigerians on the street to shut things down, the government have no choice but to listen to what we, the Nigerian citizens, want. And that is going to be temporary, because what we want going forward is to make sure that we completely change the Nigerian system. We're not talking about changing the Nigerian government. No, we are completely changing the Nigerian system through a peaceful revolution. And that can actually happen. But I am not asking you to get your PVC, like I always said, because I know that is a channel in which we can actually get the country that you want. So if I ask you to get your PVC, I'm not asking you to get your PVC because I believe that INEC will give you what it needs to give you at the end of the day. So get your PVC, put it underneath your pillow, because you are going to need it very, very soon. Rather than we Nigerians to be physical in our actions, all of us have turned spiritual. We now believe that we need to go to a man of God to salvage us from this situation. It's not going to happen. Getting or becoming spiritual about the problem that need physical action is never going to work. What we currently need in Nigeria is physical action, not spiritual. You can go to the church, you can sleep in the church all you want. Your situation is not going to change. And that is why I always said, get your PVC. When you get your PVC and you are being duped of your franchise, that is when we have the opportunity in one unit, that one day that you have been given to come out and vote. If we are in our numbers, the peaceful resolution to this thing might not even lead us to any violent revolution. Because what will happen is that we would have identified the kind of leader that we need. And we would have all come and vote for that leader that we need. And when INEC decides to do what they feel like doing, that is when we now come out. First of all, those people that you call thugs will be nowhere to be found because you are in your numbers. They will all disappear, and you can do or you can vote whoever you want. And at the end of the vote, when it is being counted, you will notice that it's not like what happened in last election, 8 million to 6 million to another 6 million, or 8 million to 7 million. No, by the time you have 80, 50, 60 million to 8 million, then nothing can happen. Nobody at that time can take your vote from you. Because if that happens, they know what is coming. And that will be the peaceful revolution that we really need. And the time has come for we Nigerians to come together and make sure that we understand that nobody is going to take us out of this predicament but ourselves. Remember, if you have children, you are in Nigeria today and you have children, remember those children are growing up. Remember, at some point, those children are going to get married. At some point, they are going to start having children. By the time you are gone, what kind of country do you want to leave behind for your children? And this is the reason why I'm saying it is time for us to come together and take what is ours. And the only way to do that, it's a monster, peaceful revolution. All what is happening in Nigeria today, I'm telling you, there's none of it that is happening that is not as a result of what our leaders are doing. All what is happening in the north today, it is the northern leaders that are making it happen. Why? Because all those golds, mineral resources that are being found in the north, if there's peace, the people, the citizens of the country will be the one to benefit from those resources. But if they continue to bring out this insecurity, banditry everywhere, that unsettles the government. But because it is the government themselves that are actually bringing in those people that are unsettling Nigerians, so unfortunate that Nigerians are being killed left and right because some people are greedy.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. We must resist it. We must stop it.
They don't care what happens to the Nigerian citizens as long as they get their own money. And like I always say, I'm not annoyed with the Nigerian leaders because of what they are stealing. I'm annoyed with the Nigerian leaders because of the things they are denying the Nigerian people. They will collect peanuts from those people that are coming to pack all this gold, limestone, or what do you call it, all these mineral resources. And they will give these leaders peanuts to continue to destabilize the whole region just so they can continue to pack what they are packing. And we, the Nigerian people, have to say no to it. And yet, they will tell you that they are making tough and hard decisions so that the future can be bright. And you look around you, you can't see that bright future. Today, if you go to a little part of your garden, just plant anything there, wet it. The first thing you will see or you will identify is that whatever you plant will start sprouting out. Continue wetting it. You will notice as time goes on, it starts changing. If it is a corn, you see that corn start coming out bit by bit. That is what we call hope. You know, at the end of the day, in 6 months, 8 months, or 4 months, you are going to eat corn. And that is why we, the Nigerian people, need to come together and take back what is ours. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, press the notification bell so you can get more of the videos that I post, because we need to conscientize the minds of Nigerians from wherever. I used to say it and I will not stop saying it. Even those in diaspora today, the simple reason why you have not been able to vote for so many years is because these same leaders, they know that the moment you are able to vote, the game has changed. If Nigeria is peaceful today, many diasporans will be able to go home and vote. So they will make sure that nothing is peaceful so that they can continue to benefit. And that is where we need to understand that this is a war between them and us. And very soon, if we all put it in our head, remembering that even if you have escaped, it is your people that are still in that hole. And we need to get to that position where we can say, yes, this is a new nation, and we can start rebuilding. It's as simple as that. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.